Oh, what's up, guys? My name is Jellycat5, and welcome back to an episode of the Create a Club series. Before we do get into this episode, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never missed a video. We start off this particular episode after coming off the back of the previous one. We finalised all proceedings for deadline day, so we're just going to run you through the squad for the season and kind of go through different kind of roles and so on. We've got a squad of 29 players. Predominantly we're going to have Minir between the sticks, but we have got a backup this particular time round. We've got two left back backups in Jamal Lewis and Vargas. Vargas predominantly starting most games. Centre back pairings Daniel Marti and Reyes predominantly. We've also got Harris, Araujo and Morris. On the right back, it's Bobby Gibbons and Buball. Looking forward to seeing how they work out. Left hand side, Tyreek George. Looking forward to seeing if he can kind of make an impact. Alcanais in midfield there, also with Isaac Prince from last season. Borges is a new signing, and Rodriguez from last season when we signed in January. Hovrath in the attacking midfield with Welch also still in the mix. Arango also there with the midfield there with Zedin on the right. Franzak as a backup. Marcelo Flores on the left. Araujo out on loan to Notts County, which is a different move for himself. Julian Ngoy and Austin Parkin pretty much predominantly the main strikers, but hoping to ship Ngoy to the left hand side. Charles John on loan to Paris FC. Mason Cunningham on loan to Harrogate Town, and also the final player in Reiko Alonso up front. So a lot to deal with in terms of players. 29 players to keep happy. Obviously we can only field 11 at a time. We've got international duties that are going to take effect and different things and so on. So realistically the rotation should be pretty bang on, and we should keep a lot of players happy at the same time, with the prospects of obviously blowing out different players and so on, and youth systems and whatever. So looking forward to the season. Let's see how we get on in our first particular game, where we are going to be simulating this one as we face Wrexham away from home, looking for 3 points as always, and that's exactly what we got. Marcelo Flores getting on the score sheet, as well as Zedin in the first minute there. Paul Mullen getting a goal in the 31st minute, but it wasn't enough as Marcelo Flores grabbed the second and last goal of the particular game to solidify a 2-1 victory and get all 3 points away from home against Welsh outfit Wrexham. They haven't actually had the best of starts of seasons, which is funny enough in this particular one, because obviously in real life they're absolutely smashing it up in League One so far, but it's not to be in this particular save. And we do have another youth prospect, Akpan. He's 55 rated, 17 years old. He's very tall. For 5'10" for a CDM is pretty decent in fairness. I feel like he could be a decent one to use, but we shall see in time. And we also have another departure. He won't be leaving till January, but Isaac Hyde is going to be going on loan there to UTA Arad. I think that's a Saudi team. I'm not too sure. I might be completely wrong in what I say. But our first proper game that we're going to be playing is Barnsley at the JD Cook Arena. Barnsley keeping up with us in fairness. They've had a fairly good season so far, looking to get themselves back into the Championship, but they're going to have to get past us first if they are wanting to do that. Looking at the strong lineup that we have got facing Munir, Reyes, Amati, Gibbons, Jamal Lewis comes in for Vargas on the left-hand side. We've also got Borges, Rodriguez, Hovrath, Zedin Parkin, and Marcelo Flores on the left-hand side. Strong bench as well. We've got Ngoy, Tyreek George, Arango, Alcanese. So we've got a fair few decent players that we could actually put on if things were to start to go wrong. But Barnsley look to start the game nice and strong here on the right-hand side. They're building a decent bit of play. O'Keefe, number 13 for Barnsley there, looking to get the ball into the area as he turns his man. Does really well to get into the position that he does, and Cosgrove is found there. Really good block from Amati. Just goes back out there with trying to get the ball away, and it's not really helping in our favour whatsoever. Humphreys has a chance there, and that's a very good save made by Munir. It falls back out to Ghent with an opportunity to find Kubo, and he's definitely found him there, and what an effort, but a decent save once again as Reyes looks to pull it out of line. I'm not too sure if that's a Kubo that's played for Real Madrid or if that's a different one, but that was a very good effort nevertheless. But the foul is broken up by play there as Canal does make a poor challenge. I'm surprised no yellow was in what was offered, but a free kick nevertheless. Jamal Lewis plays it short to Israel Reyes. Reyes trying to go forward as a centre back then, and he's doing really well at the same time, using his pace and height and everything to get into himself in a really good position, finding Zedin on the right side, and it's a bit of an awkward angle, but he's gone for it, and it's a fairly good effort, it has to be said. Unfortunately denied by the keeper on this particular opportunity, but a very good effort nevertheless, and our first chance on goal. But Barnsley looking good in fairness. Cosgrove now on the ball on the left hand side. He looks for an opportunity to get past Bobby Gibbons. He plays it into the middle with Kubo then with an opportunity to get past Daniel Marti, but he's very strong in the tackle, finding Borges, and the ball straight out to the left hand side flank there as Marcelo Flores picks it up with an opportunity to find it on onto the right with Gibbons making obviously control. He finds Zedinjais, and this is another chance for Zedinjais, this time once again denied by the goalkeeper there, but very good chance denied from the Barnsley keeper, and they do get it out of play with once again a free kick in the mix. 26 minutes gone, both sides have had chances in fairness. It's been a pretty entertaining game, it's pretty end to end, and it's very even, and you couldn't say that either side had deserved to be 1-0 up, but O'Keefe on that right hand side once again there for Barnsley, causing troubles with Jamal Lewis. Then as he looks to get back into position, he gets past Jamal Lewis, he finds his teammate, he looks to be able to get a ball into the air as he skips himself into there, and it's going to be Humphreys once again there, and that is a very good effort, directly saved by Munir as he looks to throw it out straight away, finding Marcelo Flores, but it is a poor headed on effort as they go back into possession. Cubo, now Cosgrove, good play by Barnsley so far, Cosgrove once again there, and his effort just strays wide, requiring Munir not to have to get involved in any sort of way in that particular effort. 40 minutes into the first half, I'd say Barnsley with the chances have probably looked the better on top in that sense, but I would say that we've looked pretty good at it on our own standard at the same time. But Barnsley have another chance here as Cosgrove looks to find Humphreys, and he's done that. He turns the defender. If he takes an extra touch, he's in on goal, but a decent effort nevertheless as Munir saves it as it falls back out to the middle, looking for an opportunity to be able to see what they can do here. As you can see now, Austin Parkin picking up the play, finding Marcelo Flores on the left hand side. Austin Parkin making some sort of 1-2 as he can find him, but he can't in that moment. Second half now commences, and we're looking for a better start to the second half in fairness, because Barnsley have definitely controlled late parts of the game, and they look really strong once again. They're trying to see if they can do something as Cosgrove picks the ball up. The number 9 for Barnsley takes a lovely shimmy past the defenders. Poor ball to Gent on the left hand side, but he still picks it up as he looks to go back to Conell, then back into the box as Cosgrove. He turns his man, he finds Gent, now Humphreys, and that is a very good effort denied by Munir, once again getting stuck in on the action with 53 minutes being played so far. Barnsley starting the better out of the second half compared to ourselves, who have started fairly slow there as we make a decent challenge with Jamal Lewis finding a ball on the left hand side to Marcelo Flores. Run being made by Hovrath with an opportunity to be able to get past the defenders there as he skips inside. He finds Parkin, a very good effort, and that is a very good save made by Smith as it looks to go out for a throw, and ball still hasn't gone out yet, but they do get back into possession and Gent clears his line. Substitutions to be made as Tyreek George comes on for Marcelo Flores, and Julian Ngoy might come onto the pitch pretty soon. I'm not too sure as of yet, but Ali Khan's will come on for Borges as we look to be able to see if we can change the rest of this game. We've got 15 minutes left to go, and neither side have broken the deadlock as Jamal Lewis on the ball from the left hand side finding Tyreek George. George back to Rodriguez then, playing it in the middle, looking opportunity for Tyreek George to play a 1-2 with Hovrath there. He goes back to George there with the 1-2 being completed. George looking to get the ball into the middle there as he skips past the defender, but that is a very good challenge, pulling it out for a corner kick. Chance from the corner as Zedinjais whips it in. It's Marty now, and a point blank header straight wide of the post there, and unfortunately an opportunity wasted in that moment in time as the goal kick is taken. Barnsley look to remain in possession in the middle as Shepherd is picked out on the left hand side, finds Cotter then with an opportunity to find teammate Cosgrove. He turns his man, now back to Cotter. Good play from Barnsley so far. 9 minutes left to play. If either team do score, you would probably think the 3 points are going to be collected by either side as Cubo picks it up now. He doesn't get the shot, he goes back to Cotter. Really good stuff from Barnsley. No, nevertheless he tries to find Cosgrove and does that there as he looks to get past Bobby Gibbons. Back to Cotter it goes, back and forth sort of action, but Reyes finally gets stuck in on the challenge, and he uses his pace to drag the ball forward, finding Zedinjais on the right hand side. 4-on-3 as the ball is switched to Tyreek George there, but Hovrath actually seems to be able to pick it up for whatever reason, but it's found to Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis in an open bit of space. Parkin's on his own, and Parkin's got an empty net to smash it into with 4 minutes left to play. Austin Parkin should have snatched all 3 points for JD Cook FC in a game where it's been end to end, and Barnsley should have had their name on this particular fixture, but it's not to be, and Austin Parkin comes out on top. What a moment that is from Austin, and Barnsley are absolutely gutted with that, knowing they've had a very good game, they've had plenty of chances, they just haven't been able to take them whatsoever. But a lovely effort from Austin Parkin, and what a run that was from Jamal Lewis running into the box there to find his teammate Austin Parkin in on goal, in space, open goal. You're not missing that whatsoever. A side-footed kind of opportunity taken in that moment, and Austin Parkin has got his goal, and that is it. Full-time whistle has been blown here at the JD Cook Arena. It's JD Cook FC 1, Barnsley 0, and that was a very tight game. Munir was on his toes on that particular fixture to be able to deny Barnsley in that moment in time. I don't think we played well whatsoever in fairness, and we was very lucky to grab the result, but we'll definitely take it. Austin Parkin will be taking the plaudits after getting the winning goal, and that is a big win at home against a top side in League One at the same time. Bearing in mind we're going to be competing with them for a lot of the season, in my opinion. Then going on to the second game of the episode, we face Bristol Rovers as we get a victory, a 2-1 win. Zedinjais and Reyes getting on the score sheet there as we get a 2-1 win on the road to get another 3 points. Our second game that we played in this particular episode was against Stevenage at home. Stevenage kind of mid-table more than anything, not really doing anything special, but kind of near the drop more than they are near to the top. They'll be looking for 3 points on the road as they've had a bit of a start to the season that hasn't really gone their way, in fairness, compared to ourselves, where we've been competing at our highest of highs, that is for certain. As we look at the lineup for this particular side against Stevenage there, strong lineup once again, Munir in goal, Reyes, Amati, Gibbons, Jamal Lewis, Hovrath, Rodriguez there in the middle, also with Borges, also with Flores, Parkin and Zedanyais, all as a front three, same side that faced Barnsley. So looking forward to this one. Let's see if we can get all 3 points against a mid-table side, but at the same time they're definitely going to come at us and give us a game. You just know it. And 13 minutes into the tie, Stevenage have looked better on the ball, in fairness, as they look to try and see if they can create something, but an interception was made as Borges tries to skip past Thompson. He sticks a foot out, finding List on the left hand side, number 17 for Stevenage, and they're making a ball back to Thompson. He could off play to his teammate there, but he goes back to List on the left hand side, number 17, trying to get something going for Barnsley as he tries to skip past Bobby Gibbons. He gets a foot out, but he can't really do anything in that moment. They still remain in possession. Stevenage looking good here, and this is the moment to take, as they've got in goal and they have found the back of the net, and it's Stevenage that take the lead in this particular fixture. 17 minutes played, and it's JD Cook FC 0, Stevenage 1, and that is a very good effort taken. Reyes tried to deny the striker in that moment in time after sliding in, but I think he timed it that slight bit too early, and unfortunately on that moment in time he just lost out on that duel, and he was able to skip past Reyes and just find the back of the net. Munir couldn't really do anything in that moment in time. 1-on-1 with the striker, you know realistically who's going to come out on top in that moment in time, and unfortunately it was Stevenage in that moment. As we continue on, Stevenage have looked pretty good, in fairness. They've held their own really well, and it's struggling to see why they are in the position they are currently in the table. And another chance falling to him as Forster Cassidy finds List there, and a very good save made by Munir, putting it out for a corner kick as they look to play it short from the corner, and they definitely do that. White plays it to Thompson as he looks to skip past Rodriguez, and he definitely does that. Thompson denied by Gibbons though, with an interception being made as he looks to be able to make a ball down the byline, but a poor ball into the middle it goes as Thompson looks to be able to get the ball back into the box there, and it's exactly what happened the first time. Thompson feeding the striker and the striker scoring. It's JD Cook FC 0, Stevenage 2, and it is not looking good for ourselves in this particular fixture. It has to be said, Stevenage have started the better of the two, and they've taken their chances. A bit like the Barnsley game, but this time round Stevenage have taken their chances, and that's definitely the difference in this particular tie. Slotted it at the other side of Munir, couldn't do anything in that particular situation, and we're now trailing by 2. The defending was pretty woeful in that moment, just caught napping, and Reyes once again kind of open for that particular goal as he lost his marker. But we continue on then. First half still in play, as 33 minutes on the clock, as we look to find something in this game to get us going, as Marcelo Flores looks to create something, finding Hovrath there. A ball played into the middle would be good, but Hovrath skips inside, and it's a very good effort nevertheless, but he is denied by the man in between the sticks for Stevenage, as we have 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Zedanyais now making a play on the right hand side, using his pace to get into a good position there. He finds Austin Park and he skips past the defenders. He's done the hard part, but the keeper denies him in that moment, as Marcelo Flores still tries to keep it in play, and he does exactly that, skipping past the defender and getting himself into the area, but he is denied in that moment in time, so they look to clear their lines. But Rodriguez wins the header, he finds Austin Park and he's in here, and there's another save made by the Stevenage keeper. Is it going to be a bit like the Oxford game at last episode, where it just save after save after save? You just don't know. Substitutions at first half though, we need to make some big changes in this tie if we want to see some results in reflection to anything else, as Arango and Vargas come on for Hovrath and Jamal Lewis as we look to start the second half nice and strong. Arango making a straight impact as he finds Zedanyais on the right hand side. Ball into the area will be dangerous, and the ball is there, no one can find it, but Arango with the rebound, and it gets saved. It hits onto the bar and it falls into the keeper's hand, denied by the woodwork and the keeper in that instance, as Arango nearly makes an instant impact off the bench in this second half. Definitely big things to come in the second, as Flores now makes a good interception. He finds Zedanyais. This could be the moment, and the moment has been taken. We've got one back. It's JD Cook FC 1, Stevenage 2, and Zedanyais fires his side in a chance of being able to get another goal and get level in this tie. A very well deserved start in the second half to be able to get the goal. Zedanyais now coming up top trumps. Arango was definitely obviously unlucky in that moment in time to be denied by the woodwork and the goalkeeper, but this time we have got the goal, and it is a very good effort taken by Zedanyais as he nails it into the top corner, and hopefully we can continue on in the second half as Ashby Hammond, the goalkeeper for Stevenage, looks to clear his lines there, but a poor clearance there as Flores looks to pick it out, trying to find a teammate there as he skips into the middle. Good dribbling so far, but a big foul, I thought, to be honest, but it is a tackle, nothing to be given by the referee. Flores stays on the floor as play still seems to continue, but I can't help but think play will be stopped as soon as as we pick ourselves up on the ball. Gibbons retrieves possession and the whistle has been blown, and Marcelo Flores, that is going to be the end of his particular game as the referee runs over to his aid as he waves on the physio. So that's a poor challenge, in fairness. I'm not too sure how he's got away with that, but he has come out on the worst of that, unfortunately, and he is injured, and it doesn't look a good one whatsoever. So Flores is coming off the pitch then, and we're going to be changing it up with Tyreek George coming on the left-hand side to see if that will make any sort of difference for the rest of this half. Half an hour left to play. Arango picks up in the middle, but a poor touch sees himself lose out on the play as they look to be able to see if they can create something here. Stevenage, he's already had two already. Appear looking to find a third as Roberts is found on the right-hand side. Back to Appear then as he looks to be able to see if he can control the ball, but a poor control, it has to be said. Now with a chance now Appear, he looks to go back to White now. White with an opportunity, he finds Thompson, he's in the area, and that is a very big save made by Minir as we look to clear our lines. Perez with the clearance there as we look to win the header, but we can't. Roberts picks up possession as he runs himself into the gap. He could get the shot off there, but a really good defensive awareness there. And it has gone out for a corner kick. 25 minutes left to play, and you can only think that Stevenage have still got this under control to some sort of consideration. Parking comes off the pitch for Julian Ngoy. We look to be able to change our striker opportunities up as we now go on the attack. Tyreek George getting played in by Vargas on the left-hand side as he looks to cut in on the right. Julian Ngoy is there. He whips it over the defenders. Ngoy is there. He's got all the time in the world, but he absolutely fluffs his lines. I can't believe it. That was definitely the chance to get ourselves back into it and then go on search for the victory. But we are still trailing in this game. Now 7 minutes left of the tie. Arango picks it up in the middle. Lovely bit of play so far. There's many players around in support. Tyreek George being one of them there as Arango looks to find Zedanyais on the right hand side. Ball being played on the deck there as Zedanyais on the right hand side gets himself into an area. No one to pass to, but Borges, he picks it up. It's an outside the foot effort, and we're denied by the post once again. How, I'm not too sure, but we've been denied by the bar and now the post, and that was the effort that would have been taken as level, but it's not to be, and we lose our first game of the season to Stevenage. It was an okay performance in the first half, not exactly the best, obviously conceding the two, and we definitely upped it in the second half with the changes that we made. Big blow to Marcelo Flores getting injured. I can see him being out for a majority of the time, but it is on that particular fixture a loss, and unfortunately we have to take it and go again. And as you can see, Marcelo Flores is out to 7 months. That's a big blow, and that Tyreek George signing just kind of makes more sense as time goes on. We'll have to make a few changes as time goes on, obviously, because he can't play every single game, but at least we have got some sort of decent backup for Marcelo Flores. It's a big loss at the end of the day because he's a pivotal part of the side. He's 21 years of age, he's 74 rated, he's getting up the rating as time goes on, but for now he's going to be sitting on the sidelines, and a lot of development is going to have to be going back into him once he gets back fit. So we are going to promote Hassan to the first team. If we don't use him by January, we'll just loan him out. It's simple as that. So we're going into the Bradford City game a little bit under the cosh in some ways, knowing that we've lost that previous game. We need to get back to winning ways, and what a way to do it would be against our previous team that we played in League 2, Bradford City. We're playing them away from home. Looking forward to this particular fixture. Made a few changes at the same time, and let's see what we can do. We are the top goal scoring team in the league with 20 goals for ourselves, with Peterborough just below us with 19 goals. So we are leading ways in terms of the goals scored also, so hopefully we can see more of that in this particular game. Manir in goal, Reyes and Araujo as centre-backs, as Bubil on the right-hand side and Vargas and Jamal Lewis on the left-hand side. Alkin is in the middle with Prince and Rodriguez, with Zedanyais on the right, Parkin up top, and Tyreek George filling in for the injured Marcelo Flores. Looking forward to this game. As much as we are under the cosh a little bit with low confidence, we need to get a game where we can kind of do well and just get a few goals behind ourselves, but we have to do some defending before we do that, and that's a decent save made by Manir as he rushes out to that, and luckily for ourselves it just bounces off the striker and goes out for a goal kick. As we play out the goal kick, Bill finds Zedanyais on the right hand side. He's kind of swarmed by the Bradford players. He's got nowhere to go. Bill makes himself there, kind of in space, but we can't find him as it goes back to Alkiniz, then Zedanyais on the right hand side now to Bibil as he tries to make a 1-2 with Zedanyais, and a lovely ball is being played to Bibil there as he uses his pace to skip past the defenders. There's no one with him whatsoever. Parkin rushes up though and he hits the shot, and that is a very good save made by the Bradford City keeper, and then there's a corner kick inside the first 10 minutes as Zedanyais looks to step over the corner with an opportunity to get the ball into the area. Ball is whipped in, George leaps up and it is a goal, and it's the first for his JD Cook FC career. On loan from Chelsea, it's Bradford City 0, JD Cook FC 1, and Tyreek George gets the goal then from the corner. It's very rare that we score from corners, so when we do, it's always a nice feeling, but Tyreek George there with a very, very good finish, and that is really, really good. from himself there. Top stuff from Tyreek George. Just ball whipped into the area, just leaps over the defenders and just does so well in that position there to be able to kind of do what he does. He's not the tallest of players whatsoever, so that's a very good effort and just kind of goes over the top of the goalkeeper, and that is a very good finish. At 12 minutes into the game, then a little bit more confidence knowing that we've got the first goal pretty quickly, and we're looking for another one now. Zedanyais is picked out on the right hand side, and when they come with one, we get two. Zedanyais with a goal there to make it Bradford City 0, JD Cook FC 2, and that is a perfect finish from Zedanyais. Does so well to be able to skip it past the goalkeeper, and it's just a bit weird. As soon as you get the goal, you get a little bit of confidence, and then the passes start flowing. You get into a really good position, exactly like that. You get another goal behind your belt. Simple finish, nevertheless. No one really picked him out. He used his pace to get into a really good position, and he does what he does best and skips it past the goalkeeper to make it 2-0 for his side. A 2-goal cushion, and in this time, it's only been 14 minutes being played. Definitely the better start out of the two compared to Bradford City as they look to get themselves back into the ties. Richards looks to find his teammate there. Really good stuff from Richards as he makes a 1-2 with his teammate, and he gets into a good position nevertheless, but he has to go back to go forward. It looks like a just back and forth sort of thing there, but Araujo with a very good challenge, but unfortunately loses out to Kavanagh, and he runs himself into the area. I don't know why he doesn't take it and shoot, but he goes back to Richards. He skips past the defender, and that is a woeful effort from Richards. He could have done so much better with that one, but it is not to be on this occasion. With 28 minutes on the clock, Bradford City looking a little bit stronger now. Kavanagh looking to find a teammate, but a poor clearance, but it somehow works out in our favour, and we try and go on the attack, and Zedanyais actually wins it. I thought we might be on for assist if he can go even further, but it wasn't to be on that occasion. As we go into the second half now, still pretty comfortable knowing that we've got a 2-0 lead. Bradford City looked to get themselves back into it in the first half, but it wasn't to be, and we still held them at bay as Tyreek George looks to get a ball into the area. Then decent effort there, as you can see, and a clearance made by Bradford City, but Prince on the ball in the middle of the park hasn't had too much involvement just yet, as Alkiniz then looks to get a ball into the area. Prince hasn't had involvement, but yet he was nearly had the goal. I'd love to have seen him get the goal because he hasn't had too many starts in League One, and he was pivotal for us in League Two, but it's not to be on this occasion. And Bradford City there looking to go on some sort of attack in the 63rd minute. It should be 3-0 up, but could it be 2-1? No, it won't be. Munir makes a very good save, leaving it to Jamal Lewis as he looks to clear his lines and find Isaac Prince. Substitutions to be made then as we've got a 2-0 lead and the minutes are ticking down. We're going to make a few changes. Welch comes on for Rodriguez, Franzak on the right hand side for his teammate Zedanyais, but they don't really get too much of a look in because the full-time whistle has been blown, and that is it for this particular fixture. 2-0 victory against our previous opponents in the League Two, and that was a very good win on the road. I wouldn't say it was anything special, but at the same time we just got the job done nice and early, and we kind of sat on it in fairness, but I'll definitely take that because it's a win on the road, and we're back to winning ways after that defeat against Stevenage. So that's the big main thing at the end of the day, and hopefully that puts us in good stead for the league table. And this is the league table, 3 points clear as things stand there. Looking at the bottom there, as you can see, there's many teams kind of clunked up, and there's so much to play for still in this season. Obviously we're only 10 games in, and we've got many games yet to go on in this particular season. You see Salford right down at the bottom, but the League 1 to League 2 sides that have come up, MK Dons looking stronger out of the two in the top 10 at the moment. But for ourselves, it's Lincoln City that are just behind us. We've played 10, we've won 8, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 1. Currently sitting on 25 points, and behind Lincoln City on 22, Peterborough on 21. So 4 points split the top 3 at the moment, but even so, when you look at the top 8, there's still so much to play for, with only 9 points splitting the actual top 8 itself. So some big teams in there, a lot to change around, and a lot still to work for. But this is it for this particular episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.